Hello and welcome to the 2022 day 21. So in today's video it's going to be my final ever uni update. So I haven't got my grade. I kind of worked it out. I think around 2-2 is. I'll find out officially next week what grade it's going to be anyway. So I do apologise as well, as during the video I have got the two dogs. Anyway, I've got Dolly alongside of the armchair, and I've got Ruby on the door going to the hallway. So do apologise, you can hear snoring, particularly Dolls, because she's a really loud snorer. So anyway, so you need to update. So last time I talked to you about the modules. I think it was my last did one. So I talked about the two modules that I did. So my uni this year decided, as well with COVID, did something called block teaching. So usually, so in my second year and the first year and foundation year, I did modules that were taught throughout the entire year, and yeah, and then COVID happened, and then they decided to do block teaching, which means you teach one module per 7 weeks, and then you have an assessment week at the end. And then some of these modules do overspill into like the new term, particularly when it comes to like Christmas and holiday. So the 2 assessment weeks that you usually be a reading week, usually in October and February. So yeah, so I think they've done it this year as well, because they didn't know what the restrictions are going to be like, and as well during homeschool, I think a lot do like feedback survey at the end of the year, and I think a lot of students support it was so much easier. I could concentrate easier. Although yeah, so the 2 modules that I did after Christmas were marketing, international and global marketing, and business ethics and sustainability. So international and global marketing was the one I did after Christmas. So the 2 I did before Christmas were global strategy and leadership in practice. Those are so in year 2 and 3 you can choose your own modules. You got to choose 2 core and then 2 other ones. So leadership in practice and global strategy were the core ones, and then international global marketing and business ethics and sustainability were additional ones. So yeah, so I found them to be alright in modules, although international and global marketing did get affected by a couple things. So there was already a strike in December. There was another strike in February. I think it was either February or January. I think it was February. Yeah, second to last week. Yeah, because the way how the Christmas holidays worked out, they put 3 weeks in for holidays, and then they put an assessment week at the end of it. You know, the course work for leadership and practice was due middle of Jan, like the first 2 weeks of Jan, like in the first 2 weeks of Jan. So so reader was pushed back into March instead of February. So so I found the module really interesting. So like really interesting. So what else? As strikes affected me. Yeah, they were striking about pensions and pay. Well, they got told. So, man, I haven't. Just before Christmas, strike before Christmas at one. I should have said, like, I'm trying to think what he said. He said, like, they're doing more work, putting more effort, more work, but getting, I think, was it less pay or something? I don't know. Just saying, well. So luckily the strike. Luckily the strike. So I've got my holiday in. So so the strike didn't really affect me this time because I think it was on Tuesday and I was in that day. Tuesday, so it didn't really affect me. So I think I had loads of issues. I think like overhead line damage on the strands. So and then move on to business ethics system. So it was my last ever module. I was like, so found it really interesting, really good. Found it really interesting. Luckily, there was no hiccups this time, no strike, no overhead damage to the trams, which was good. Because my opinion is they shouldn't really be striking, especially if students are like at least get some cover, especially if you do have final year students. And like strike in December going back, they were like, oh we won't have, you might have a teacher that doesn't teach this unit, this module. It's like, So, what was I going to say? So going back to business ethics and sustainability. So it's kind of weird one because we had 4 weeks. I think it was either 3 or 4 weeks. I think it was 4 weeks of teaching. Where Easter fell this year, it was quite late. So usually teaching finishes around about the first week of May. So what happened is, I think I had it in my foundation year as well, when Easter was later in April. So they've cut the holidays down to 2 weeks. Easter holidays instead of 3. So I went back and then had it 4 weeks and then additional 2 weeks after Easter. So So yeah. So yeah, that's it. So now I am job hunting. I've had a couple of, no, one interview actually. Uh, One interview. So yeah, so it went really well, but unfortunately, they called me back and said that I didn't get the job, which is understandable. It was my first ever job interview. I was really nervous about it, and I can remember like they called me back and like some answers were really good, some weren't. Some of them were really vague, and I'm thinking, yeah, some answers were really vague what I gave them, but I was trying. I think I was answering questions, but I think I was under pressure to keep them, you know, listening. So I was trying to think of answers on the spot, and I think my brain just, just went like that, just went to mush. So yeah, so hopefully I find something. Yeah, so just keep sending it out, and I just hope for. I just hope that for the best. Just hope for the best. I've got another one this week, so I shall see how that goes. So yeah, see how it goes, and yeah. So hopefully that goes well. So yeah. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that it just go well. So yeah. So that is it. My every uni update. Yeah, I'm going back to the jobs. So so obviously, final year, between second and final year, I suppose I'm just thinking about if I did do a placement as well. They might have said, yeah. So my placement didn't happen, which let's do a reflection on my uni journey about the past, oh god, 6 years, 5 years, 6 years. Yeah, so I found it really interesting, like, to do it, and I felt that I didn't get the experience that I wanted during homeschool, which is the reason why I suspended my studies, because I think for me, I need to be in that classroom environment to learn as well. So I need to be in a classroom environment. What else? And also, yeah, I think, going back to that, I was supposed to be doing a placement as well, between second and third year. I was supposed to be doing a sandwich year, like a placement that fell through because of COVID. So I was just thinking about it as well. Now, it comes to me that if it did a placement, I could have had it. If COVID didn't happen, I could have been. They could have said at the end of the placement, I'll come back when you graduate. So but excited. I'm job hunting anyway, so something will come up. Anyway, something will come up, I doubt. So yeah, so thank you for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow, day 22.